The thing about COVID is masks, shelter in place, furloughs, all the things that happen, this racial tension, job closures, church closures, business closures, derailing the plans. The enemy's just like moving about like a roaring lion, seeking to whom he may devour. And we're like, God, where are you? And he's like, I'm right here. And the word that he gave Marcus today, the word that he gave me, and the timing of this thing. You know, I thought, holy cow, God, you're speaking to me to write a book about goals. Who's going to want to set a goal during COVID? Dreams died, not dreams being birthed. And he's like, exactly my point. We need to get people dreaming again. Did you know that 63% of Americans polled said that they have absolutely nothing to look forward to? I mean, that's not God, that's the enemy. It reminds me of the story about this guy named Joseph Vicker. You know, Rosh Hashanah has happened. This is the Jewish New Year. There's no coincidence in this. It's the divine timing of God that in this new year, he's coming to you to wake your dreams and goals up. So this guy, Joe, right, he had this business, and what they did is they would take this cleaning product, this white gooey cleaning product, and they would wipe it on all the wallpaper to get the soot off, because he developed this company in 1912, and coal left soot on the wallpaper. Well, heat started turning to oil, heat started becoming electric, there was no more soot, there was no more use for the cleaning product, there was this stuff left over. So his sister-in-law, Kay, said, hey, Joe, if you're not gonna use this stuff, it's kind of fun to play with. I'm a nursery school teacher, can my kids play with this? He's like, you can have it. Well, she ran out and she needed some more. She went back to him and she said, can I have some more of that? He's like, we're closing the plant, we're not producing anymore. I'm almost out, you can have the last of my stock, but then we're done. And she's like, you're not producing anymore, wait a minute. The kids love this stuff. What if we just added some color to it and repackaged it and marketed it as a toy? I don't think that could work. You probably think at home right now, I don't think that could work. No. Don't limit God. God says, I know the plans that I have for you. They're for good and not for evil, to bring you to an expected end. And God does not expect you to fail. He expects you to succeed. He expects you to lean into him. So they did, and in 1956, they came out with Play-Doh. And the next year, they made $3 million. Can you imagine how much $3 million was back in 1956? I mean, that's tons of dough. Tons of dough. That's what God has in your future. He has rich financial health, rich physical health, rich emotional health, rich marital health. But the problem is we're losing steam. We can't see it. And here's how I know it, because right now I can't see you physically, but I can see you in the spirit. And I see you sitting there with your shoulders slumped over, breathing shallow, your chin down. Your whole posture says what you're believing. Go ahead, sit up straight right now. Throw your shoulders back, put your chin up. Take a deep breath. Can you feel that change? If I can change the way you think, I can change the way you live. And it's the promises and the premises of God. 2 Corinthians 4:13 says, having that same spirit of faith, I believed, therefore I've spoken. So what are you allowing yourself to say? Come on, go with me here for just a second. I know I'm challenging you just a little bit, but what are you allowing yourself to say since COVID happened? Well, because of COVID, we can't, and because all this happened, I just won't be able to. No, you're speaking limits over your life. God didn't say, I have called you, Christian family, to speak the limits of what I am able to do. No, God doesn't have alligator arms. He's not your friend who never gets the check. God says, my hand is not shortened. The title of my message today, you become what you believe. So my question is this, what have you been believing? What lies from the enemy have come to us? Well, you don't understand. I can hear you in my head right now. You don't know what's happened to me. You don't know, and because what's happened, that's all I can do. No, our circumstances do not decide our destiny. Our decisions decide our destiny. I know that because I had a friend who was in the chemo ward one day. I thought I'd had a bad day, bad meeting, some stuff happened, and I was like really thrown off, and I'm like, ugh, and I was frustrated, and my phone rang, and it was my friend, and I'm like, hello, she's in the chemo ward. She said, oh, I just have to introduce you to this angel nurse. She's amazing. And oh, one of my other friends, she got to ring the bell today. She's like, it's the best day. Attitude check. If you can have the best day in the chemo ward, and I can have a bad day at work, what is my problem? My problem was I was letting my circumstances decide my destiny and not my decisions. So I decided, I want you to say right now out loud, say, I decide to have a good day. Come on, say one more thing. Say, I decide God's plan for my life is what I'm going to live out. Because what we focus on tends to manifest. You see, I've been playing with this Play-Doh the whole time, and I don't know how much you've noticed it, but I think you're going to notice it a whole lot more, and it's going to be all I can focus on at all if I put it right here. The size of the Play-Doh didn't change. The smell of the Play-Doh didn't change. The shape of the Play-Doh didn't change. It's just where I put it that changed. I think this is what we've been doing with COVID. We've been putting our focus on what we haven't been able to do. And so that's all we've been able to see, write the vision and make it plain. All we've been seeing is failure and what's been taken. No, God says, write the vision and make it plain. So here's what I'm gonna do. We have 5 minutes. So I need you to grab a pen and a piece of paper because we're about to start this new Jewish year with our goals and dreams coming back. What we focus on tends to manifest. I believe, therefore I have spoken. We're about to change what we've been saying. Go ahead, and while you're grabbing that pen and paper, I want to tell you what J.C. Penney said real quick. He said, if you give me a stock clerk with a goal, I'll give you a man who can change history. But if you give me a man with no goal, I'll give you a stock clerk. So have you been writing things down? Have you been believing things? Because I wrote a book called Goal Getters that I want to give you for free. Why free? Because I need you, God needs you to dream again, to stop letting the devil tell you what is not possible and start believing God for what is possible, not even possible, probable. I know you see the problems in your life, but God sees the potential in your life, and he's trying to draw that out of you right now through this girl right here who's really tall. And he said, I need them to do this. So there are 5 simple steps. Get this, I'm totally nerdy. And I have done so many studies and read so many studies. This is scientifically proven to be 5 simple steps for you to finally get what you really want. Now, science has only proved what has always been in the Bible. So I want to give you a couple things real quick to get you started, and then you can go to NicoleCrank.com/goals, get the rest of it. The book comes out in October because it's literally at the printing press, so it won't show up for a couple weeks, but there's an option there. You can get the digital download today, so check that out because I want you on the way to your dreams in Rosh Hashanah. It's the new year. New year, new you. So let's do this. I want to make you more successful than 97% of the people in America right now, today, in 3 minutes. Are you ready? 97% of Americans never write down their goals. Why does that matter? That matters because Dr. Gail Matthews did a study. And get this, ready? Are you ready to be halfway to your dream? We're going to do it right now. Halfway to your dream is you're 42% more likely to achieve your goal by simply writing it down. But there's a process to writing it down. Are you ready? Here we go. Actually, the number one part of the process is, well, you got your pen and paper, so you're already there, but you're supposed to do it in 3 minutes or less. Why 3 minutes or less? 3 minutes or less because if you set more time than 3 minutes, even 5, your brain starts to talk you out of what's in your heart, in your spirit. It's got to scare your head. Otherwise, we're not walking by faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God, right? So if it doesn't scare our head, if it doesn't take God to actually make it happen, then we're not pleasing God. And our goals have to please God. So they have to be bigger than we are. And we can't let our head talk it out of it. So under 3 minutes and only 7 to 10 goals total. Now, I know you're like, I need my physical goals, my financial goals, my marital goals, my relational goals, my kid goals. I got caught in that trap a long time ago. And what I'd find at the end of the year is I'd failed more than I succeeded. Why? Well, because I had like 58 goals and I only got like 12 of them. No, you chase many rabbits, you lose them all. So science will say if you will limit yourself to 7 or 10 goals written in 3 minutes or less, of course, once we're finished, the first thing we do is we pray about those goals and make sure that there's peace in our heart, be led forth with peace. But 7 to 10 goals written on a piece of paper in 3 minutes or less, then they have to be specific. I know you don't want to talk about weight in our last minute and a half, but a lot of us have weight goals. It's a top 10 resolution, right? But you can't say, I want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? But then the last part of writing the goal is, don't say how much weight you want to lose. You have to phrase it in the affirmative present tense. So let's pretend I want to weigh 100 pounds because I haven't done that since 4th grade. But let's say you want to weigh 100 pounds. Your goal would say, I want to weigh my perfect weight of 100 pounds. Then we're going to start internalizing it. I'm going to show you how to do a vision board. I'm going to give you a map. I'm going to talk to you about the immense value of simply not quitting. We're going to build in a reward system. Now, I know I've given you a lot, and it's more than I can do in a few minutes, but that's why I want to give you the book for free. You just go to NicoleCrank.com/goals.